Hello everyone, this is Mr. Informal bringing you the latest and greatest thoughts, analysis, and rant. So here we are, another thoughts, analysis, and rant. So Sony have announced the new successor to their flagship smartphone flagship, Sony Mobile, the Sony Xperia 1 3 or Mark 3 or the third generation of their Sony Xperia 1. Now, certainly, this was announced today, and they also announced the Sony Xperia 5 3 and also Sony Xperia 10. But strictly, we are talking about the Sony Xperia 1 version 3 for the thoughts, analysis, and rant. Also, I just want to let you know this finally has 5G. But I'm gonna let you know my thoughts right now. My thoughts right now is this phone is great. It's absolutely great. It surprised me, not in terms of design, but its features. And I actually think they should go for the throat here. They should cut Samsung throat. But knowing Sony, they're not gonna do that because I think that if this phone came out as a, let's say, $900 phone, I actually think this is the phone to beat. But I'm not entirely sure because Sony, he still has not announced the price, which I don't understand. But whatever. Now, nonetheless, I think this phone has the potential to be a great phone depending on the price. I think it's a good phone, really good phone. It may be one of the best phones of the year, smartphones release of the year. But again, that will depend on the price. I'm really emphasizing on the price because I wish Sony could just go for Samsung throat. And not only that, I also wish Sony would be quicker with their Android update. I did used to have a Sony, and they were very slow to update Android, but I truly wish. But we're gonna get into that later. So those are my thoughts. Again, I think this phone is great depending on the price, but certainly it is a good phone at the starting face value. And so let's get on to the specs. So let's check out the specs. I said this finally has 5G. The previous model did not have 5G, but this finally has it. This has a dual SIM based on the specs. It keeps the design as previous model. Same with the amount of cameras. Not only that, basically the speaker placement and also the fingerprint scanner on the side is still there. But now the screen, it has the Corning Gorilla Glass Victus, which is the recent. It is IP65 and 68 decibel water resistant. It comes with an OLED. It now has 120 Hz refresh rate on the screen, 65.5 4K resolution. Android 11. It comes with the latest Snapdragon 888. It comes with a micro SD, obviously shared with the SIM. Comes with 256 gigabyte of storage with 12 gigs of RAM, and if you want to get that 512 gig of storage, but the RAM is also the same as the 12 gigs. It has cameras. First camera, 12 megapixels f1.7 with OIS, 12 megapixels f2.3 with OIS, and 12 megapixels f2.2 ultra-wide without any OIS. So 3 cameras, Zeiss optics as usual. Video is 4K, 24, 25, 30, 60, 120 frames per second. And it will come with EIS and OIS. Front facing camera has 1080, 30 frames per second. Comes with EIS. That's kind of odd. There's no 4K. It has a 3.5 headphone jack. 24-bit, 192 kilohertz of audio, which is pretty good. Wi-Fi, certainly Wi-Fi 6, Bluetooth 5.2, where it comes with aptX HD, which is pretty good for your high quality wireless headphones. USB-C 3.1, NFC, comes with wireless charging, and the battery capacity is 4500 milliamps, which is actually an increase from previous model. Colors will come in frosted black, frosted gray, and frosted purple. Now again, I don't know what the price yet. It's still pending based on Sony's announcement. So let's get to my analysis here. Now, I actually said this could be a great phone. Not only that, this could be one of the best smartphones released this year, but that will depend on a few things. Certainly the price, the marketing, certainly, and if we're talking about just the United States, since I live in the United States, it needs to be on telecommunication services. It will be available in wireless carrier. Can you see in store? Not just Best Buy. Can you actually see it in store? I'm not sure. I don't think it will be based on history. So I think I would just see this in your normal electronic stores such as Best Buy, that goes for unlock, and Walmart and other electronic stores out there. You could probably see this obviously online. You can buy it for unlock. So if the price, let's say, is 1100, it's not gonna move units. It's going to be the same as basically the previous model, meaning it's gonna be stagnant in terms of market analysis. In terms of the competition, Samsung will still be number one in Android. And I'm not sure what Sony's trying to do here, but if they are just going to be stagnant, that's where they are going to be, and they might end up going to the West side, just like what LG did. LG is basically quitting smartphones, and I don't want Sony to quit the smartphones because I actually think competition is great. I absolutely think competition is great. So I really hope Sony actually becomes competitive here. If this becomes a $900 phone, I think a lot of people is going to pay more attention to this. If they actually release quicker updates, it's, again, people are going to notice about this and people are going to like this guy. I actually like this smartphone based on the specs alone. Just having a 3.5mm jack, 4500, 120 refresh rate, 3 cameras with OIS, great video and camera software. I mean, it has animal eye detect too, human eye detect, and object tracking when it comes to video recording. It has 5G now, dual SIM. I mean, everything sounds good about this phone. But now it's just up to Sony whether they like to be competitive or not. So that will depend on them. So let's get to my rant here. Number one, knowing Sony's history of updates with Androids, you know they're gonna be slow. Yes, this will come with Android 11, but what if Google suddenly release Android 12? Well, that's when you're gonna be stuck. How long will these phones get Android 12? Number two is that they could have improved the design, but they left it the same. I'm not sure why. I don't have all the answers, but that's it. Number three, for the selfie camera, it is only 1080p, 30 frames per second. Why not add 4K? Why? And why does the front camera not have OIS, optical image stabilization? Why do we still depend on EIS? Now, don't get me wrong. Look, if you need an emergency stabilization, EIS is good, but there's nothing replacing an OIS. So I don't know what's going on. The colors is too limited. Everything seems to be dark. You get gray, black, and purple. Where's the red? Where's the white? Where's the blue? I mean, do we have any yellow? What about orange? Like, don't get me wrong, I'm gonna give credit where the credit is due, but the colors are just boring. They are absolutely boring. Now, if you look at the design, the buttons to me are quite small. all the buttons are in the right side of the camera when it comes to looking at the screen of the camera, and the volume buttons are too small. It needs to be a little bit longer so you can tell if you're pressing up or down. I like the way iPhones have it, since it's two separate buttons. You know if it's up or down. I mean, you don't even have to look which one is down, which one is up. So I wish Sony could have made the volume buttons be longer. Now, it does have 4500 milliamps battery, and then it has 120 refresh rate. I haven't seen the video, but I truly hope that 120 hertz refresh screen is actually sustainable at 4K. It's not just depending on the settings or depending on the game. And then lastly this is my main gripes about Sony. The price. I'm gonna bang on the price here, because I don't think they're gonna be competitive enough. Because from the previous years, spanning 5 years, Sony has not been competitive, meaning they're not focusing on marketing. They're not focusing on, hey, what's wrong with the competition? Our phone is better. They need to do more, because LG's out. Who's next? Is it Huawei? Is it OnePlus? Is it Sony? Like, who is going to compete with Samsung? We need competition. It's not just going to be Samsung. So that's basically is my rant. So that basically concludes this Sony Xperia 1 version 3 thoughts, analysis, and rant. If you agree with me, let me know down in the comments below. If you don't agree with me, let me know down in the comments below. But certainly these are my thoughts, analysis, and rant with Sony Xperia 1 version 3. I will also do another one for the Xperia 5, so look out for that one. And so I will see you in the next thoughts, analysis, and rant. Bye bye.